live and on the air. It's Wrestle AM. And of course, we got a pretty good chunk of the crew back. You got yours truly, sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. Boom, boom, here shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join us way there across the pond there in Tokyo, Japan. It's Do You Even Lift, Bro? Dave Koco. And of course, we've got a special guest from sunny South Florida, the man who's in a wheelchair, but frankly, he's in it only for the parking. Talking about none other than James Legend. What's up, guys?
What's going on? True story. My fiance's grandmother, every time we go out, she goes, "Isn't it great that James is disabled?" So that we get the parking spots. I swear to fucking God.
I think it was one of our podcasts where I start off the show and like it's one of those things. I didn't mean to sound as horrible as I sounded, but it's like, oh, I love the fact that you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah. No,
but I meant to say I love you even though you're in a wheelchair. But I still think both statements are absolutely fucking horrible.
Every single time. My fiance's grandmother, "Isn't it great that James is in a wheelchair? Isn't it great James is disabled?" And our response is always, no.
Yeah, I'd rather be walking, Grandma.
I mean, she doesn't mean it that way. She just means it because we get, like, the prime parking spot, obviously.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those making the best of a bad situation kind of deals.
Yeah, every time. Oh, it's awesome at, like, Disney and Busch Gardens and stuff.
Fuck it. Well, I thought Disney was a bunch of dicks about it now. Or are they cool again?
No. I mean, there's not a lot
I remember reading something online that, like, people were fucking renting wheelchair people or handicapped people. And, like, they were just like, yeah, you can't rent out handicapped. Like, rich people would just bring, like, people in wheelchairs with them so they could cut the line. And then Disney,
you don't cut the line at all.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, you could cut the line.
Oh, no.
Goddamn rich people ruining everything.
For real.
All right. Well, this is a pro wrestling. This is a pro wrestling. Boobs, bring up the first topic.
All right. The first topic here is when we did our last podcast, we talked about, oh, man, is Lucha Underground over? You know, and sure enough, not even, 6 hours later, it was right around noon my time. Lucha Underground sent out a release. I saw it on Facebook. I think they sent it out on Twitter too, all kinds of social media, promoting Lucha Underground Season 4. Rumor now is that Lucha Underground could tape the next season in March, April, and May. So first of all, congratulations on getting Season 4. So my question, guys, is with the issues that some talent, AAA has been having with talent because, Pentagon Dark is no longer there, Phoenix is no longer there, Sexy Star is no longer there, a host of others are no longer there. What do they do? No, I'll tell you what. We'll start with James. Yeah, we'll start with James Legends. He's a booker. What do you do?
I mean, the way Lucha Underground could easily do it is just kill them. I mean, they've you know what I mean? Like, they've done it before in storyline and video vignettes and stuff like that. Like, I mean, the way that Lucha Underground runs, that's perfectly acceptable. Just kill them. And there's so much talent on the indies that you can find replacements. Those guys are all great. Don't get me wrong, but there's replacements.
Well, and here's the thing too, like the comic book. How fucking awesome is Lucha Underground comic books? They if you read the comic books in between seasons. All right, first off, I didn't realize how fucking dirty that was going to sound until I actually said it out loud. Yeah. But if you read the comic book between seasons, they'll write off characters in the comic books. So you can be like, oh, that's what happened to him. That's what happened to him. And not only that, but like, I'm just happy they're back. Like, me and Boom Boom, we were a bunch of emotional fucking old men. We were like, thank you, Lucha Underground, for everything you've ever done. And if you never come back, thank you. And the next day, they're like, yeah, Season 4 is coming around the corner. They're like, hallelujah, thank you, baby Terry Funk up in the sky. Thank you for making this happen. I don't know. There's few brands or entertainment companies I just trust. Right now, I trust Marvel. Marvel could do anything, and I'm like, okay, I'm on the
Netflix universe. Which, by the way, Punisher drops today.
Woohoo! Can't wait. But I'm so far behind. I got to catch up on my Netflix Marvel universe.
What's gonna happen when Disney starts their own streaming service and pulls all their Marvel content from Netflix, though?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to. That's future Dave's problem.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be sad. But yeah, like And Lucha Underground is one. I just trust them. I think the writing's good. I think the wrestling's good. And it's just like, okay, I trust you. It's going to be awesome. I don't know what's going to happen in season 4, but it's going to be awesome.
I mean,
go ahead.
There's guys there that they can even elevate. They don't even necessarily have to bring in new guys. There's guys there that are primed to elevate.
Yeah, the Mac, Killshot, Dante Fox. I mean, just
I mean, yeah. What's Sammy Callahan there? Jeremiah Crow or something like that?
Jeremiah Crane.
Crane, okay. Even then, even bring in him, elevate him, and bring in the rest of OI4K. Bring in the Chris brothers. Fucking done.
Yeah, they're talent. There's right now in pro wrestling, it might be one of the most talented times. Like even in the indies,
sure,
the talent it's so amazing. Japan, the indies. I know it's not popular to say, but WWE and TNA, they're getting better and better with talent because they're just stealing talent from everywhere. You know what I mean? Ring of Honor,
WWE right now has its best roster ever.
Yeah. And not all that, but we'll talk about Survivor Series later. Is this the time where just pro wrestling starts to be good? Are we out of business, guys? Like like we're coming back. We're coming back to do like pro wrestling podcast, and we're going to become positive PDs. We're like, everything is awesome. So I don't know. Hopefully it stays awesome, but I'm excited to see what happens. But yeah, Lucha Underground, just comic book it up, baby. Let's find out what happened and let's move on. So, but it's gonna suck that the owner died. Not the on screen.
Well, no. I don't think he was dead. I don't think they officially. I think they've got it. They had it to where it could go either way. Where either they find him and he survives, or if he dies, it makes sense. I think they kind of left him at that cusp. It's kind of like the ending of Cowboy Bebop, where if they carry on, it's just okay. He got medical attention, he's fine. Or if he dies, well, if the series doesn't continue, okay, he died.
Okay, so I'm way behind on Lucha Underground, so I don't really know what you guys are talking about. But if they killed off the owner, did they leave what's his name, Manzano alone?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so that's fucking storyline right there. He just goes on a rampage because there's nobody to control him.
Yeah. Whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna be awesome. I love Lucha Underground. Indeed. So I'm just glad it's back. So way to go, Lucha Underground. And it's gonna probably be a shorter season. But now that I don't have as much free time because I'm healthy. I'm kind of okay with a shorter season. Recently I found on YouTube, I don't know if Hulu does it, I don't know if they're just stealing it, but they clip Raw down to less than an hour and SmackDown less than 30 minutes. I'm like, holy crap, I can watch pro wrestling. Because I have that much time available. I don't have 3 hours available.
You lose a lot. Impossible. You lose a lot during that clipped episode.
Well, I just won't do a review, but at least I'll know what the hell's happening.
Yeah.
So I won't review it. So I'll just be like, okay, I know what's going on. I know what's going down in the hood. It's like, dude, when you're out of wrestling and you're like, oh, just to watch the 2 main WWE shows, that's 5 hours of your life. You're just like, whoa. I got stuff to do.
I only watch SmackDown now.
Yeah. I haven't watched the WWE show in a while, but I watched the clip show and I was like, this is pretty cool. I think I kind of know what's going on. But no, I'm really excited, and we'll talk about it later. I'm excited because they shook up Survivor Series so much that it's kind of a good time to jump in. It's just like, okay, well, they're shaking everything up, so it's a good time to start over. You know what I mean? You have no...
Yeah.
No, I got a question, guys. Do you want to go ahead and just talk Survivor Series real quick?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's.
I mean, is there anything else super newsworthy to go over? Unless we do NXT and then Survivor Series.
Well, we got NXT Survivor Series, Zayn and Owens drama, Ellsworth, and how to send Dave Reese's peanut butter cups through the mail.
Ah, yes.
Those are the topics we got to hit up.
Sounds good to me. You want to do Ellsworth real quick? Get it over with.
Okay, yeah. Ellsworth, of course, let go this week. He was very grateful about it, very happy. He actually signed in November of last year, so you can lead to believe that it was just a 1-year contract. Now there were some rumors that there were some plans for him for WrestleMania, but they went ahead and let him go. So WWE's going through that cost-cutting stage again. I think he was just a casualty of that. Really, I wanted to kind of be angry, but also at the same time, I mean, he did what any of us would have done. he was just came in as a jobber against Braun Strowman and got himself over. They decided to have some fun with it. I think they shouldn't have signed him. I think they should have signed him like per appearance, because I think once that whole storyline with him and AJ ran its course and his heel turn, and then when Dean Ambrose gave him dirty deeds on the outside, I think that should have been it. That should have been the end of the story. That should have been the end of James Ellsworth, and that would have been a pretty decent storyline wrapped up with a nice little bow at the end. But instead, they signed him and they hooked him up with Carmella, and he got some heat for the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. But I really can't fault him. I mean, the guy knew he was on borrowed time. He knew he was on this ride was limited, and he enjoyed the ride. So I really can't fault him, and I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, I mean, he did more than anybody in his position should have been able to do, and you can't be mad at it. He didn't after the AJ storyline. He didn't necessarily take TV time away from anybody in an excessive manner, at least. So realistically, it was a fan living out his dream. He was like a WWE Make-A-Wish for a year. He's gonna have no problem getting bookings, and he owns an indie fed, so he's fine.
Yeah, and not only that, but everything about it was just classy. He was classy in exiting. He was classy being there, and the man being a women's manager was kind of an interesting take that we don't see too often, especially on the biggest stage. Yeah. And I don't know, because we need, pardon the term, Barry Horowitz is going to slap me, jobbers. Enhancement talent. You just need that. It helps. And if he's there doing it, then he's got it. I don't know. You know what it is? I think it was a really awesome lucky break, but you're happy for him. Good job. I'm glad someone's life turned out well and you had a lucky break. Good for you, buddy. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I mean, it had to be the time of his life. He just knew. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I don't know. I think overall it's a pretty goddamn good story.
Hopefully he was smart with his money.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. How much money do you think you get?
I don't know, but I know at one point his T-shirt was a higher seller than Roman Reigns and stuff and Cena.
Oh, that's awesome. I like to hear it.
His shirt first came out. His little fucking Earthworm Jim face came out on a T-shirt. It was a higher seller than Cena and Roman Reigns.
It makes me smile and brings joy to my heart, because I just remember all those years me and Boom Boom hating John Cena and a little bit Roman Reigns, but let's be honest, they're the same guy. It's just it's John Cena in a wig. Let's be honest, okay? What's his name? Fuck, I can't think of this show. I'm stealing someone else's bit. I can't think of his name. Not Colbert. Who's the other one on HBO?
Bill Maher?
No, not Bill Maher. The funny one.
John Oliver?
Yeah, John Oliver. He has a bit where the twins are the same person because they move really fast, the Olsen twins. I don't think Roman Reigns is a real person. It's just John Cena in a wig. Let's be honest. It's John Cena in a wig. He's not a real person. All right? Have we seen Roman Reigns and John Cena in a ring together at the same time? I don't think so. It's just that we probably have. But still.
To wrap up Ellsworth, though, he's going to be getting residual checks for the rest of his life.
That's awesome, man.
Think about it. Anytime they mention the Divas or the Women's Revolution, anytime they show Carmella, he's there.
That's a great point. But what I was saying before I went on a thing that Roman Reigns is John Cena in a wig was that me and Boom Boom hated John Cena even in a wig. We hated John Cena. We hated John Cena in a wig. We hated John Cena with a box. We hated John Cena in a fox. We always hated John Cena, even in a wig. But all the John Cena and WWE defenders, including WWE employees, are like, but he sells the most merchandise. He sells the most merchandise, which, has been proven over and over and over again to be a little bit over-exaggerated lie. Let's just say it's a bunch of bullshit. I just fucking there you go. Bring Earthworm Jim, main event WrestleMania. He outsold Cena. So, Oh man, I don't know. That just brings joy to my heart that some lucky bastard got to live a good life. You know, it gives us bums a chance, a fighting chance. He's like this. I know this is gonna be over the top, and I regret even saying it, but he's like the WWE's version of Rocky. He gives us bums a fighting chance. He gives us hope. He's like the Balboa of fucking wrestling nerds. So there you go.
Anybody with 2 fists has a fighting chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it is a pretty good speech, though. His first opening promo. Yeah.
That's what got him over.
Yeah, it's an awesome promo. So give yourself a Barry Horowitz.
They should have just shipped him over to Raw for one night and had Braun Strowman fucking kill him for real and just fire him after that.
Well, I think like I was watching this on another podcast, and I apologize to the podcast for not mentioning it. But what you call it? Like the last month or so, or a couple weeks, he just like on house tours and stuff. The women's division just beat the shit out of him.
They just gave him like Stone Cold Stunners and shit all night.
That's awesome. I don't know. This story brings me happiness. And now that I put, is this the first time we actually feel good and happy and feel good for the guy when he's being released? Well, maybe it's Daniel Bryan in a couple months.
One of those things. He had to know what's coming, and his last week in the company was spent getting hit with finishers by women. Yeah. And I feel like he's the kind of guy that just did it with a smile and was like, "This is my last hurrah." Like,
yeah.
And he did it. He did all that on a European tour. Like, how many of us have been able to go to Europe and tour and do what we love? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Europe, but I wasn't doing what I loved.
True.
I'm like Grandpa. I was in World War II. I wasn't enjoying it.
All right. What's next, Boom Boom?
Zayn Owens.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk some Zayn Owens, man. I got some backstage heat. Multiple sites are reporting that Owens and Zayn both got sent home from the European tour because they, quote unquote, I'm quoting here, went into business for themselves. It was supposed to be from the November 7th episode of SmackDown. It was Zayn versus Kofi Kingston, and there was supposed to be a run-in with Owens, and they were supposed to beat up Kingston, and then Big E was supposed to run in to make the save, and they were supposed to run away. However, what actually happened was that they wound up, taking the punishment and getting beat up, and that upset a lot of people because they went off script. So they were kind of seen as the bad guys. There were some rumors that maybe they did what they were thought. There was miscommunication, but people were denying that, saying that no. They knew exactly what they were doing. They just did it. They just didn't care. So, you thinking that, okay, my question is, I guess I'll start with Dave. Why would you do something like this? Why would you go into business for yourself? Are you trying to get fired? I mean, are you just frustrated? I mean, why would you do something like this?
I imagine it's just out of frustration. Okay, there's always the option now because of the internet age and because, it could be kayfabe, fucking drama, vacation bullshit. But let's just take that off the table for a second. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You could just get frustrated. You know what I mean? I just imagine you getting frustrated at work. You're just like, dude, what the I don't know. I'm going, maybe it's just frustration, period. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, well, we're fucking awesome, and this is what the fuck we're doing. This is bullshit. Either that or it's just an honest mistake, but I don't know. It don't sound that way. I don't know. I just hope that – I don't know. I hope Zayn and Owens finds a happy home. You know what I mean? Because, like, these guys have been putting on great shows at, like, every level. And there comes a time – and I think nowadays, especially with, like, money being so low compared to what it used to be, you should just find happiness. You know what I mean? So hopefully they find happiness. But I don't know. I'm just hoping it blows over because Zayn and Owens, I'm just huge fans of them. And I don't know. I'd like to see them part of WWE just because to see who you're a fan of, even though seeing them on the biggest stage would be pretty amazing. But Zayn and Owens in Lucha Underground Season 4 would be awesome. Zayn and Owens returning to Ring of Honor would be awesome. Zayn and Owens going to Bullet Club would be awesome. You know what I mean? People would shit their pants.
El Generico to Los Ingobernables.
Oh, that would be all. Dude, what about Sami Zayn to Bullet Club, but Al Generico to Loss? Like, and they curryman this shit. Or like they just like, what? No, it's not the same guy. It's not the same guy. That'd be the greatest fucking thing of my life. But yeah, James, your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this because it's such a minute of a spot that doesn't really progress anything. That being sent home for it is fucking retarded.
Well, I think the issue was they ignored what they were told to do and did what they wanted to instead. And I guess maybe the mentality is, well, if they'll do it on something insignificant like this, you know, can we trust them to come through for us if we give them something bigger?
Right. But it's such a minute spot that is it really out of the question that they could have just forgot to feed back in the heat of the moment? They just forgot. Like, it happens. And I like reading reports like, oh, the segment ended so awkward, and I watched it over again and I'm like, it really didn't end that awkward. It ended with the heels on the outside, the baby faces on the inside, stare down. They were protecting Kofi so that they couldn't attack anymore. Like, there's nothing in the storyline that made sense for them to even come back in to get beat up by Big E and Xavier. They're not in a storyline together. They're not. It was just a match. So I don't understand the heat behind it. Awkward silence.
Like I said, I think the issue is talent ignored what they were told and did what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are claiming that they're upset with Neville leaving and Jimmy Jacobs being fired, and they're maybe looking at it as there's, you know, light at the end of the tunnel of WWE now with everybody else succeeding, but I don't know. I think it's being overhyped.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's just headlines. Like, there's a good chance, like, this is my theory. There's a good chance that maybe both those guys wanted time off, and this was just an excuse. And they're like, oh, let's just get some drama out of it.
Because afterwards, they both, at least Kevin Owens went to Epcot, and he ran into like this couple. They were having like a little wedding or whatever, which led to a Twitter spat between him and Randy Orton. And by the way, WWE's been telling people do not spar with Kevin Owens on Twitter because he will destroy you. And Randy Orton found that one out the hard way.
That's awesome.
Real quick though, how good has Sami Zayn's heel turn been? Every time he comes out now dancing, it's the same exact thing, but I just want to punch him in the goddamn face when he does it now. He has such a shitty look on his face when he does it. I don't know. It's a very subtle heel turn, but it's been really good.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just, I think, like, people fucking were, like, kind of healing up, and he just fucking went with it. You know, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it. I'm just, you know what? You want to go into one of the pay-per-views?
Yeah, let's do NXT, then Survivor Series, and wrap this bad boy up.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go to NXT first. And by the way, I'm going to do this in no specific order. So it's like, hey, what about this? I'm just going to lay it all out here. Okay. First here, we're going to have, and it's happening this Saturday, I believe. And you can get that on the WWE Network for $9.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday, November 18th. Okay, yeah, Return of WarGames. Not really, but still Return of WarGames. Okay, first match here: Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. All right. You got the guy who's I guess he's becoming like the Braun Strowman of NXT versus the returning talent. The former Chris Hero making his return. I think he's been playing like I think he's what do you call it? Enhancement talent for the most part.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, so let's start with you, James. Who you got?
I want to say Hero. I want to say Ono, but I don't understand what they're doing with him. I don't understand why they're not taking advantage of the fact that he's good and like that he can work anybody and using him. He's barely used. I mean, he's barely used. So I want to say they're giving this to him as a challenge because Sullivan's not that great. And, you know, he does what he does, but he's not over. He's not good as far as in-ring, at least. So
do
do
you think Sullivan's going to be the next Baron Corbin in the sense that, yeah, he's good for like a 60-second squash match, but if you have him go longer, he's going to get exposed?
It's possible. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of guys in NXT that way. There's very few, like, quote-unquote NXT guys that can hang with, like, the indie guys that they're bringing in, obviously. So I think they're trying to, like, hide that fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is just my prediction on it. I think I don't know who's going to win, and I know that's a horrible prediction. I'll be rooting for Ono, but I think if Ono, it feels so weird calling him that. Yeah. Like, yeah, I think like if he loses this, this is just my opinion, he'll be stuck as enhancement talent and helping people get over, and that will be his position for the rest of his life. Like, I think, like, yeah, they're like, all right, that's you. Congratulations. You know,
think about it, it's really not that bad of a gig. I mean, you get to live in Orlando. You go in and you go for tapings once a month, and I think maybe you might have to tour a little bit. But and you get to, you get to develop these guys. You get to try to make these guys look good. Try to help these guys out, and I think he's the perfect opponent for Sullivan.
Yeah, I think Hero right now is stuck where Kenta is stuck.
Oh, I feel so bad for Kenta.
God, yeah. I feel bad for him.
I mean, he's just not the same. And, like, he's just not the same. Like, the other day on Twitter, someone tweeted him versus Daniel Bryan, and I just felt like crying. I just felt like crying. Because, you know, Nakamura and Kana, they did so great. And then here comes Kenta, and he was supposed to be the guy that was groundbreaking. He was supposed to, like, start the trade, and it's just like, wow.
Well, a lot of that was not his fault.
A lot of injuries, but
a lot of those were not. Okay, he got a shoulder injury, he got surgery, it didn't work, so he had to go back for a second one. That wasn't his fault. Then he gets in there in the ring with a couple of fucking rookies. I think it was Tino Sabatelli. It was either Tino Sabatelli or Riddick Moss. I want to say Moss. Accidentally hurt him again, so he had to be out a little bit longer for that, and missed the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I mean, that's shit's not your fault. I mean, you can't. Okay, if he would have done something reckless, yeah, that would have been his fault, but he didn't. I mean, it's just bad luck. That's the only thing that
you can't even blame bad booking. They haven't had a chance. They literally haven't had a chance to ruin him.
Well, I know that, but like he's also not wrestling the same way that he used to wrestle. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't.
Yeah. So
I mean, you know what I mean.
Right. So consensus is we got Laura Sullivan going over.
I say Ono.
Yeah, I say Ono.
Okay. I'm going to go with Sullivan.
All right. Well,
next year, this one I actually like because I feel like they could really go any way, pull the trigger on any of these competitors, and I would be happy. We've got a 4-way for the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, Asuka had to vacate the title when she moved up. They've got 4 competitors here. We've got Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, and Nikki Cross. And to be honest, gentlemen, I think you could put the championship on any of these ladies, and I would be happy. What I want to see is how they pull this off. You know, how do they execute? I'll tell you what, James, I'll start with you. Who do you put the championship on and why?
I go Nikki Cross. I just feel like she deserves it. She deserves it. I feel like her matches with Asuka were awesome. They did the last woman standing match. I think she was at the cusp of taking it from Asuka, so therefore I feel like she can take it. She gets it now.
Okay, and what about you, Koco?
I'm trying to figure out what her NXT name is.
You talk about Kyrie
Sane.
Yeah. I'll be rooting for her. The only problem that she has going for her is that, she's following up Kana doing such a great thing for Japanese women's wrestling, and she's a great Japanese women wrestling. And like, I know it sounds crazy. It's 2017. Can we have two great Japanese female wrestlers back to back? I don't know, and all that, but so I'll be rooting for her just because the Stardom girls are absolutely amazing. But I don't know if they can. Like, it's one of those things. Can they have two awesome Japanese female wrestlers back to back? Is that against the rules? I mean, I know it sounds crazy because it's 2017, but we're used to being WWE fans. We're like, ha ha ha, a Japanese person, one Japanese person per episode, and he's got to tag with William Regal. All right, that's it. That's what we're used to. So yeah, I'll be rooting for her. Go Stardom. But
All right.
good.
Me looking at this, again, all these women are awesome, and that's great. And I love matches like this where I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like NXT could go any way on this. But to me, the thing that makes the most sense, and this is what I would do, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
I would go with Peyton Royce, because here's what I would do. I would have her friend Billie Kay help interfere on her behalf, and now you've got essentially kind of like what they did with Lay Cool. It was like the co-women's champion. You could have Peyton Royce do it, and you've got all these competitors willing to step up to knock her down, but yet you've got the iconic duo, got each other's backs. I think if you put the belt on, Kyrie's saying it's too much too soon, and I think the money's in the chase. You've got this whole people ready to take her out, and she just squeaks by every time, and it drives you crazy, and it just keeps driving you crazy. And so I really felt like that's the way to go. I feel like Peyton Royce would be my pick to go to take home the strap this Saturday.
I mean, this match in itself is damn near impossible to pick. Like, it's they're all four of them have a legitimate claim to the title. I mean, Ember Moon, she's been on the cusp of winning it 100 times, but got hurt. You know what I mean? So it's just this match is hard to pick.
And I just want to read something for Heavy J, a live chat. Kenta needs to go home and rediscover himself. I don't know if that's possible, but I don't know, because Kenta, him leaving Noah, I don't know, maybe come back, save Noah, but he has to be the Kenta of old. You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe he needs to go home and rediscover himself, because I think they're going to bring him to 205, and I only saw one episode of 205. D-Rock says my picks are Black Sullivan, Moon, Drew, and Undisputed Era. All right. Okay. I think there's some commas or words missing in that sentence, but all right.
All right.
Much love.
But either way, that should be good. Next, we've got for the NXT Championship match, we have Drew McIntyre, the reigning defending champion, versus Andrade Cien Almas. If somebody would have told me about 6 months ago that Andrade Cien Almas would be challenging for the NXT Championship at a pay-per-view, I would have laughed. I would have said no fucking way. But thanks to Zelina Vega, she's really turned around Almas's career, and props to NXT for actually kind of tweaking Almas's character a little bit more. It's actually made him into a credible challenger. However, I don't see him winning this Saturday. I think he's going to put up a hell of a fight. I think there might be a spot or two where you kind of go, wait a minute, they're not going to change the championship, are they? Oh my God, they could change the championship. What the fuck? But ultimately, I think McIntyre is going to pull this one out. But I think this may actually be the coming out party for Almas.
Yeah, I think this is Drew McIntyre's time. I don't see them taking it off. But again,
especially I think this would be his first takeover title defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but again, like you said, credit to NXT and WWE for sticking it out with Almas, because I've always enjoyed him, but he did have that like slight downfall of just blah. But they've stuck with him, and it's done wonders for him. So,
oh, by the way, can I say for the record, Zelina Vega is hot? Can I just say that for the record?
sure.
All right, it's noted.
Okay, thank you.
It's down in the file.
Yeah, when we read the minutes off of our next meeting, it'll be in there.
Yeah, put it in the minutes.
Yep.
When I saw Almost the first time in NXT, I said he had potential, and with decent booking, I still think he has potential. But I think this is my lock of NXT. Drew McIntyre's winning this for two reasons. It's most likely not going to be the main event because WarGames match obviously is going to be the main event, and I don't know. I just think that Drew McIntyre needs a longer title run in NXT for his storyline to make sense.
Yeah.
So there you go. Talk a main event.
One more match.
Oh.
One more match. Then we get to the main event. We have Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream. Whew. This is a tough one. You know what? Coco, we'll start with you.
I don't maybe it's I don't know enough, but I think Aleister Black is like obviously the pick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I just think I don't know. I got nothing. Like
last time I've checked.
What's your opinion? Aleister Black's gonna win. There you go. Back to you, Booms.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I don't even see how it's close. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Because
have you watched it all?
I watched the clips. So, but this weekend I'm gonna get back into it more.
I mean, they've played this off really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like really well. So I'm gonna say Aleister Black also, but only because I think he's gonna go undefeated up till WrestleMania. And then they'll do something with him. They'll either pull the trigger on him or something big. I think WrestleMania. Maybe Aleister Black versus Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania.
Well, that's a pretty good possibility. I will say this. Patrick Clark, man, has taken this Velveteen Dream gimmick, and he just fucking ran with it.
Agreed. This gimmick was garbage. But he had.
I mean, he owned it. I mean, he New Day'd the fuck out of this.
Yep.
I like to see that when you get a shitty gimmick and you run with it. You know what I mean? It gives people hope. Chancey Bullock says, "Brother Boom, I knew you come."
It's not officially a show until Chauncey says that.
D-Rock says, Alistair, Black Lars Sullivan, Ember Moon, Drew McIntyre, and the Undisputed Era. Oh, those are his picks. All right, let's see what's going on.
I mean, I figured that out earlier.
D-Rocks. Before it was like a special language with just wrestling words.
I figured it out. Their names of people in matches. But Patrick Clark has taken this gimmick and he's like Boom Boom said, he's New Day'd it. Like it was not supposed to get over. I don't care what anybody says. That wasn't supposed to get over.
He's a phenomenal talent. Now here's the question though. You know, NXT is pretty good about building people up with undefeated streaks, and then so that way they can get the shock of, oh my God, they've just been defeated for the first time. Do you think they're setting up for this, or are they going to keep the momentum going with Black?
This is the same downfall as the 4-way. There's honestly, it can go either way, and I'd be okay with either way at this point.
God, I really feel like it could go either way. I guess I'm going to go with Aleister Black because I think it looks kind of bad. Like he has his first real, built up real challenge and he falls.
That's true.
So I'm going to go out and just say that Black pulls it out. This is really big hype. And plus, I don't think Velveteen Dream loses anything if he loses. He gets hit with black mask, lights go out, he gets pinned, and then he moves on to something else.
Well, not that, but like I think because WarGames is going to be the main event, and it's the reason why everyone's tuning in. And this is just my opinion. And I think there'll be less upsets. I think like the main guys are going to win. You know what I'm saying? Like the women's championship, you don't know what's going to happen. That's up for grabs. But as far as the other stuff goes, I just think McIntyre and all of them are just going to roll through. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but that's my way of thinking right now.
Do you think there's less upsets and stuff like that because of the way that they've shaken up Survivor Series as well? and they want Survivor Series to actually do better than NXT?
No, I don't think what's going on with Survivor Series is going to have any influence on the booking on NXT whatsoever, because NXT has done a wonderful job booking. Even when the booking's like shit leading up to the event, once the event happens, I don't think they've actually really had a bad takeover yet.
Right.
And
I don't know. Just a thought though, because like they want the main card to actually shine more than NXT.
Nah. I think Triple H has got his fingerprints all over this, and I just don't foresee that them, kind of phoning it in or going on the safe bets. I think they're going to have something. I think they'll just keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
All right, now let's get to the main event here. This is a War Game style match, but not really.
I know. That's the thing that drives me crazy the most, Booms. There's word on the street is there's no roof. I'm like, how is Brian Pillman supposed to break his neck if there's no roof?
Exactly. There's no roof. From what I understand, it's 2 rings put together, surrounded by a cage, but no roof. And it's not 2 4 to 5 man teams. It's basically it's like a triple threat 3-way.
Yeah.
You've got Sanity versus the Undisputed Era versus the tandem of Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong. One of these things isn't like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
Well, maybe Roderick Strong is writing a book and he could join the Authors of Pain. You know?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There was a webcomic called Botch Spot, and they had a strip about Roderick joining the Authors of Pain.
Nice.
I feel like, I really do feel like this could go anyway, but if it doesn't end with the Undisputed Era winning, I don't know what the fuck they're doing or where the fuck they're going.
Yeah, I have no idea. This match is so weird.
It's not okay. On the one hand, I'm happy with NXT taking War Games and getting War Games back, because that's something the fans have always wanted. Something we've clamored for. Something we said, well, hey, are they going to bring it back for Survivor Series? Are they going to bring this back? And it's like, in a way, I'm glad that they brought it back, but I'm kind of disappointed that it's not like War Games.
Yeah.
It's like bringing Star Wars back with Jar Jar Binks.
Exactly.
Nice. Give yourself 20 points for an awesome reference.
That's not bad, considering I've never seen Star Wars.
I know, that still shocks me. I have no idea why we're still friends. Like, the thing is, he's been telling me this for like 10 years, and I'm pretty sure for the first 9, I just didn't believe him. I was like, he's like, it's bad because he's like, yo, Dave, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what, dude? Are you gay? It's okay. You come out of the closet. He's like, no, of course I'm gay, but that's not the point. I was like, I've never seen Star Wars. And I was like, James, you've seen Star Wars. You've seen them all at least 800 times, right? Tell me you've seen them all. Like, I'm just in denial. Like, I'd introduce him, be like, this is my best friend, James. He has seen all the Star Wars.
Made me dress in Star Wars clothes.
Yes, like, here, you can wear this now. And anyway, controversy, nerd thing before we go to War Games. Mm-hmm. Rogue One is best Star Wars ever. Don't give a fuck. Hate me.
No, actually, I agree. I think Rogue One was really good. I think it was better than The Force Awakens.
It's the best one ever, period. Anyway, War Games. I'm going with Undisputed Era just because, like, they have to win, right? Like, that's it.
Yeah, it's like it's non-title, so Sanity doesn't really lose anything by losing. I don't know.
Yeah, and by the way, can I just say it's been an awkward goodbye for Authors of Pain?
Yeah. The thing is, like, and I've said this before, and a lot of times people are like, oh, you say the same things over and over, but it does. In NXT, if you lose the championship and you just don't disappear, it's like a roommate who stopped paying rent but still lives on your couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you still here?
To me, it's like when you say, like, you're at a party or something, you're like, okay, guys, I gotta go, and you go outside, but your ride's not there, and you're like, well, shit, it's cold out here, I don't want to wait, and you go back into the party. Like, I thought you just said goodbye. I thought you just left. It's like, no, my ride's not here. I'm waiting on my ride. Just wait for them to get here. I'll just kind of chill out here by the door. It's awkward. That's the way it felt like with Authors of Pain. I mean, at least with Bobby Roode, you know, they got the belt off of him and they went ahead and sent him up. They didn't do the fucking, okay, this is going to be a rematch. And no, they just went ahead and sent him up. I thought they were doing that with AOP, and they're just like, okay, guys, we got to go. Oh, shit, our ride's not here. Okay, we're just going to hang around here in NXT a little bit longer.
That, or like when you say goodbye to someone, especially like at a train station or something, or you're like, all right, and then you start walking the same direction.
Like, yeah.
And then, but then like the second goodbye is always worse.
Yes.
You're like, it's the most romantic thing in the world. It's like perfect Hollywood ending. You're like, goodbye. Remember me forever. I sure will. And then you both start walking the same way. and then you get to like where you're gonna split up, and you're like, goodbye. You're like, yeah, we already wasted our good.
And you don't like, you don't talk to the person as you're walking in the same direction and stuff.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I don't know. James is a bit younger than us, but we're still old fucking dudes. War Games was amazing. I don't even know if it lives up to the hype in my head. I don't know if it's as good. I might go back to WWE Network and watch War Games. But like,
I watched a lot of War Games. Like, that's the one where Pillman got his neck or got his back broken or neck broken by Sid Vicious. Because when he went to pick him up for a power bomb, he bounced him off that cage and he didn't have time to tuck, and boom, he got hurt. I remember it was the Dangerous Alliance versus Sting Squadron. I remember that one. I remember the Samoan SWAT team in one. The Four Horsemen. Oh my God, just great stuff. And for those of you, and a lot of you don't know this because you're not old enough, well, except for Coco and James because we're all fucking old here. But the way it used to work was
to like cranky old men talking wrestling.
But it used to be like teams of either 4 or 5 men, and what would happen was you would go out there, you would start out with 2 people, and it was 2 rings put together with a cage, you know, covering the whole thing, and they would start fighting, and after I think 2 minutes there would be a coin toss, and that would determine who gets the 2-on-1 advantage. And typically it was always the bad guys who won the coin toss. It was 2-on-1, and the next guy would go in there, and we keep going until everybody was in the ring. Then once everybody was in the ring, then they started what was called the match beyond. And at that point, you could have a victory because you either had to have I think what was it, like a submission or submit or surrender. I think there were no pinfalls in this one. I think you had to either. I don't know what the difference is between submit or surrender.
I don't know if it was as good as we remember it, but if you ask anyone our age, War Games, they get a smile and they're like, "It was the greatest fucking thing ever!" Like you just remember it as the greatest thing ever.
And nobody walked out of that without getting busted the fuck open.
The bad guys always won the coin toss, and I kid you not, it happened like almost every War Games match. The 2 bad guys would beat up a babyface, and then a second babyface would clear house, and you would just lose your shit. You're just like, I can't fucking believe it. This is the greatest day of my life. I love War Games. Hey, gentlemen, my prediction is pain. My prediction is Undisputed Era. I'll be right back, so you guys take over for a little bit, all right?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go Undisputed Era. And you know, do you think Roderick Strong is going to turn around and join the Undisputed Era?
It's not a terrible idea, but they also could bring Donovan Dijak, even though he was in like some weird like.
Thank God, I'm not the only one who thought about that. I know on the independent, I know like on the house shows that they've formed a faction that's got him, 2 other developmental guys in there,
like a European faction.
Yeah, and it was I think it was Wesley Blake, I think.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a European whatever faction, but Donovan Dijak would be a good fit with the Undisputed Era.
Because I think, you could have him in like the bodyguard / enforcer role. Yeah, and just so that because he's still relatively new, and you could get him over.
Yeah, and I really don't like the Undisputed Era name. I just like I don't get it. Like, I think they should have been called like Dishonored or something like that, like guys that left Ring of Honor, and I don't know, I don't get it.
Nah, I don't get it either. Let's take a look at some comments here before Coco gets back, because if he's not back, then we're just gonna skip ahead and go into Survivor Series. Let's see.
Hey, what's going on? Good. I'm back.
Not much. We're gonna start doing some questions here. So real quick. Okay, here's actually a good one. This is actually going to be a good segue into the next segment here. Franielli, one of the KocoSports originals. Much love, brother.
Dude, I love you and miss you, Franielli. Is that an overreaction for the internet infantry?
No, I think it's quite appropriate, especially for Fran Yelly.
I
He
love
says,
you, Fred Yelly.
what are your thoughts on all the sudden changes to the upcoming Survivor Series card?
Oh, that's perfect. I feel bad for those that have been following it, but for fans like me who are just jumping back in because they took like 87 years off, it's exciting. And I'm hoping, granted, I sound like a broken record. Boom, boom. You could slap me in a week. I'm hoping this means wrestling will be good. Maybe they go to Survivor Series like, dude, we really fucking suck. And Triple H, like, I fucking know, old man. It's like, what if we didn't suck? Like, Vince? Really? He's like, yeah. What if wrestling was good? Like, this could be the start. We've been wanting this for like 800 years. Booms. When we came out of the womb together, because we're twins, we looked at each other. We looked each other in the eyes and be like, maybe one day wrestling will be good. And maybe that day is today. Maybe we just turn this fucking bad boy around and wrestling's always good and we become the positive PDs of YouTube. Huh? What do you think about that? I think Survivor Series is a million times better with the change lineup. If you are really dedicated to the stories.
It also makes it feel like a real sport because, in the sense that, okay, a champion lost, and so now that championship has to be defended on the pay-per-view, so now this person takes that spot. It just kind of encourages you to watch the weekly television shows because, hey, there could be a television change which completely shake up the pay-per-view. At least that's my, that's
especially with it being on the WWE Network and it's just being good and not predictable. And I mean, because here's the thing: AJ winning the title, people lost their shit on Twitter about spoilers and all that shit. But like, we were talking about it and we were excited during the Monday Night Wars, and when wrestling is good, we're excited. Don't know what's going to happen. I think WWE, because of the pay-per-view market and not having any real competition, and that's not
wait, stop. Cesaro's outside your door.
Yes. I used to live in like the really nice part of Tokyo, like West Tokyo. Like I used to be a cake eater, but after the divorce, I live like in fucking the worst place of Tokyo. It's just like, oh, you used to live in the nicest place, now you're living the worst. I'm like, the divorce went well for me. Oh yeah. Well, because here's the thing, like it's so funny. Like Japan, who's probably my best Japanese friend ever. We've been friends for fucking ever. He's a tattooed gentleman, great fucking guy. Those that live in Japan know what that means. And I remember when I used to live where my kids live now, where I used to live there, he would always look at me and be like, how does a scumbag like you live in a place like this? And now where I live, he's like, how do you live in such a scumbag place? I'm like, you never believe where I live. First it was too nice, now it's too horrible. Thanks, Japan. Thanks. Love you, man. Much love. But yeah. Anyway, Booms, what were we talking about before I went on a rant about how much I love Japan?
We're talking about Survivor Series now.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, we're just talking about the recent changes. So, again, I'm going to go run down the card here, no particular order. On the kickoff show, we're going to have the champion Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. I'll tell you what, guys, I've pretty much divorced myself from WWE this year with the exception of NXT. So I'm just going to read off the matches. You make a case for who you think is going to win and why.
All right. Yeah, because like this is going to be a mini preview. We're not really going to break it down. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the most honest podcast in the universe. Let's see. Got so Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. I hope Kalisto wins because I watched an episode of 205 and saw no cruiserweight wrestling. I saw cruiserweight wrestlers fighting pieces of shit that are like, I don't wrestle. I'm not talented. Get it? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just saw a bad episode of 205. But the episode of 205 I saw, like I did a review on this channel, and like I love cruiserweight wrestling. It's one of my favorite styles ever. I'm just a huge cruiserweight wrestling fan. And I saw it, and I was like, okay, there's a cruiserweight wrestler. Then someone came out and be like, I don't wrestle the cruiserweight style. I'm like, oh, I get it. He's Steve Corino. Then another cruiserweight wrestler came out, and then another Steve Corino was like, I don't wrestle the cruiserweight style. I was like, okay. And then the main event was a cruiserweight wrestler against the Steve Corino who says he doesn't write the cruiserweight style. I'm like, holy shit, 3 matches, 1 hour. Are we ever going to have a cruiserweight match? So I understand, like, oh, it's like Enzo, ha ha ha, he's funny, he's from New Jersey. I get it. I love him. I love you, Enzo. But with that said, I'd like to turn on a 205 and watch a cruiserweight match. Am I asking for too much? Am I asking for too much? James, your thoughts?
I think you're forgetting that cruiserweight wrestling, people need a base to be able to do the cruiserweight wrestling style. So you do have to have guys that aren't all Flash, because if you put Flash and Flash together, sometimes you shit the bed. So, I mean, I like 205 Live. I think it's good. I mean, it's an alternative to Monday Night Raw. You know, I mean, there's still guys, Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander, Kalisto. You know, there's guys on that are, you know, TJP. There's guys on that can do the style. It's just they also are a touring brand now with, you know, so their injuries. Cruiserweight style is, I mean, WCW cruiserweight style.
Oh my God! Don't, dude! I just had an pro wrestling orgasm.
It's dangerous though, and when you're counting on certain amount of people to be on tour for you, it's hard to tell them to go.
I just think, like, I understand. I definitely think there should be a Steve Carino. I think there should be guys that don't wrestle the cruiserweight match. And maybe in 205's defense, because I'm probably going to review 205 NXT. You know, we're working on a schedule that we can actually make content. So that's what we're coming up with next year after the holidays. We're just going to have a strict schedule, but we have to figure out what James can do. We can figure out what Boom Boom can do, what Sammy can do, what I can do. You know what I mean? We got a team of old men that are really busy. So we're going to try to build up a team. So, like, maybe 205 and NXT, we can do reviews. And maybe I did see a bad episode of 205. Maybe that's a possibility. I mean, I heard just so great things about Rich Swann. But there should at least be one match where there's a cruiserweight wrestler versus a cruiserweight wrestler. Do they have that? I know that sounds crazy, but the episode I saw, they never had it.
They do, but you got to understand too, Dave. You book shows, but, like, here's the thing. Like, how do you have a heel? Because, you know, WWE, you have to have heel and faces. How do you have a heel that does all this flashy shit? He's going to get cheered. He's going to get pops.
Yeah.
So doesn't that kind of ruin the heel and face?
Possibility. You could still be a
Why can't you have a heel that does flash? He could just be extremely cocky, you know, like, oh, damn, I'm good, you know, kind of, you know, that would.
Yeah, but people are still going to cheer for him.
Yeah, but also you could also.
I think if you do it the right way, I think you could get some heat.
I think you also have it where there's like two great athletes going for a title, but that's crazy talk. I'm sorry, I apologize. I want that stricken off. Off the record. What is this?
Already put in the minutes.
Oh man. So, but yeah, so I'm rooting for Kalisto, and oh my God, it hurts me because I love Enzo, but. You know, when it comes to 205, I'm going to root for the cruiserweights.
I was going to say, Enzo is Steve Carino.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm okay with Enzo being Steve Carino, and I'm okay with the Steve Carino being champ. I love Steve Carino more than a straight man should. I'm about to sneeze or get emotional. I wasn't sure. But there should only be one Steve Carino. There shouldn't be 97. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, who's the guy that holds the sign? He's like, yeah, I'm Enzo, but a lot less entertaining.
Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak's a fucking amazing wrestler, but that's besides the point.
Is he? Because, like, he just holds up a sign and says, I don't like cruiserweight wrestling.
He was a CZW champion. He's awesome.
Oh, well, then I want to see him be awesome then. If James Legend says you're awesome, why ain't you being awesome?
I don't know, Dave.
I don't like. I did pause for him to answer. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's not on the show."
He would have set up a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, he's like, this thing. All right, boobs. Let's go to the next match. I love how we're like, it's a mini preview. 97 minutes later, me and James Legend are talking about PowerPoints.
All right, and speaking of stuff, it's too late. The Shield versus New Day. James, start off with you.
Okay, I was really looking forward to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus the Usos. I'm less excited about the Shield versus New Day, but I still think it'll be a very good match. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure the Shield is going over, but I think it'll have its moments.
I think the Shield's going to go over, but I think a guy that, and I'm completely honest, have walked away from wrestling for like 2 years and just getting back into it. I think I have a huge advantage. I'm like, oh, the Shield versus the New Day. That's pretty awesome. But I'm pretty sure, knowing WWE, this has happened 976 times the last 2 years I've been walking away. You know what I mean?
It has not actually. It has not happened.
What did you say, brother?
It hasn't happened, actually.
Oh, okay, well, then that's good. Good. The Shield's definitely going to win.
Guys, can I bring up something here that, and I think maybe this is kind of crazy, but not out of character for me.
All right.
You've got several, teams right there. You've got New Day, you've got Shield, you've got the Mr. Raj, you got on and off again the Wyatt family. You've got basically my point is
I smell a 6-man title coming in.
That's what I'm saying. Or you think maybe they're setting something like this up? They can have
Oh my God! And then New Day wins a 6-man tag, and then like the Elite wins. I don't know, the never open. Oh my God! Dave actually thought this was a good idea, but it failed miserably. 6-man tag. I don't know. The open weight juggling championship of New Japan, and then you can have the best YouTube feud in the world. And then next year, New Day shows up to fight at Wrestle Kingdom against the Elite. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Not going to happen, but yeah. I don't know. I think they're really bad at titles. Don't do titles.
Yeah,
WWE.
I agree.
They're just bad.
I'm not saying that they should do it. I'm just saying, do you think maybe they would do something like that?
The option's there, obviously. They have enough trios teams to do it. But that's like saying, will they do women's tag team titles?
Oh, God, yes. I hope so. I want to see that.
Oh, my God. Boom Boom just orgasmed a little.
Yes, I did.
What was it? Sorry. I'm doing 20 things at once because I'm an unprofessional fucker.
I said they could also do what the hell did I say? Oh, women's tag team titles.
To which I almost orgasmed because I just pictured the Boss Sasha Banks and Bayley being like tag team champions, and I just kind of orgasmed a little bit.
So the two obvious teams would be like Bayley and Sasha, and then you'd have like on SmackDown you could have like Flair and Becky Lynch.
I just don't want to see WWE get that many titles because A, they can't book titles. B, there's also a fandom where you're like, back in the day, you'd be like, oh, you're a WCW fan or WWE fan, and maybe this is when we were immature, but you'd be like, name all the champions. Dude, if WWE keeps adding titles, I'll be like, I can't even name all the championship belts. You know what I mean? Like right now, if someone walked in that door, and granted, maybe if I had time, but if someone right now walked in the door, held a gun to my head and said, who's the U.S. champion? I'd be like, there's a U.S. champion? It's not Kenny Omega? Like, there's too many titles. Too many titles. Boom, save me. I got a gun to my head. Who's the U.S. champion? Thanks,
Shit,
boom, I'm dead.
I haven't
Team Legend, who's the U.S. champion? Dude, I'm dead twice. You guys are the fucking worst.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there even a U.S. champion?
Yeah, there is. What the fuck is it?
All right, WWE U.S. champion. WWE U.S. champion. Maybe they got rid of it. Maybe they just managed. Oh, Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there you go. Okay, and you want to add more titles? The 3 biggest fucking nerds ever. Guys, I'm dead. I'm dead. Thanks. I asked for one thing.
Offense to you calling me a nerd. I'm actually just right now doing a podcast about wrestling while playing a wrestling booking simulator game.
Oh,
Not
dude,
a nerd.
I gotta get one that works on the Mac.
Nothing nerdy about this.
Dude, tomorrow I'm gonna try to start Koco Plays. I'm like, yeah, I just can't wait to do Koco Plays, dude. Like, this is how nerdy I am. I know this is gonna sound bad. All right, this is gonna sound really bad, guys. I have a confession to make.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the show, I got a smartphone, and smartphones are horrible because women take you away from being nerds. Throughout the show, I've been getting messages from different ladies of the night, and I'm just making excuses. Like, oh, no, sorry, I got work. Oh, I'm busy doing something. And meanwhile, I'm just hanging out here, and later I'm going to go to gym and play NHL. Yeah, I miss nerding. I miss nerding so bad. I don't need you anymore, ladies of the night.
You do know what ladies of the evening mean, right?
They're loose women. Very loose women.
So you could say they have lower moral standards.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I'm trying to find a decent woman who could cook chicken and let me be a nerd, but they're impossible to find. One night stands are, yeah, they're just like, yeah, all right. Moving on. What was? Oh, the Shield wins. That's the moral of the story here.
Yeah. Okay. We went around the world just across the street.
The Shield wins. Moving on. Next match.
Next match. I'm sorry. I'm still. Okay, there we go. The Miz versus Baron Corbin, Intercontinental Champion versus United States Champion.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where were you a second ago, match, when I had a gun to my head? Do the champions get both belts? Because if not, I just who gives a shit?
I think it's kind of like, who's the better champion?
Oh, yeah, so stupid.
Well, I mean, okay. If you do that, then okay, why would you do a title consolidation match unless you're going back to one singular roster?
I don't know.
Okay,
you have too many titles.
Yeah,
you just have too many titles.
You got two different brands. Of course, I mean that's like saying, oh, there's too many champions. But Dave, it's the Super Bowl. You have the NFC champion, the NFC champion.
Not so fast, my fellow friend. I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. There should be one champion. AJ and Brock should be one championship, and the U.S. title should be the main title.
They did that, and it sucked. Remember when they first did the brand division? They had one champion who traveled back and forth between shows and do two different storylines, and it got confusing. It got contrived because if he gets hurt on one show, now he has to sell the injury on the other.
Okay, so basically, you're like, that's a great idea, but they were horrible at writing it.
Yes.
Thanks, Boobs. No, I just don't suck. Go with that storyline and don't suck. I can see me being in a WWE creative room. We did that and it didn't work. Well, let's do it, but not suck this time. All right. Well, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate my future endeavors. Good day. The Miz has to win because I hate Baron Corbin. I don't know why I hate him. Like if someone, why do you hate Baron Corbin? I'm like, I don't know. He kicked me when I was a kid. I don't fucking know why I hate Baron Corbin. I just do. I'm going to Miz.
I think it'd be great if if the scaffolding would just collapse and fall in the ring and crush both these two.
That was the Brandon's pick one time. It was like John Cena versus Randy Orton, and he's like, "What's your prediction?" He's like, "I just want the whole arena to die. I just want the whole thing to come down crushing." Yeah. Hot tag to James Legend. James Legend, who's winning, The Miz or The Miz?
The Miz.
Fuck yeah!
Miz, thank God. I hate Corbin.
Yeah. Well, because is he done with his gimmick? Because his gimmick for the longest effing time, his gimmick for the longest time was, I didn't go to indie wrestling and I fucking hate indie wrestlers. Is that still his gimmick?
Yeah, and that's why he can't wrestle.
Yeah. It's like, I hate. Why is it that heels are like, I hate pro wrestling? That's why I don't have talent. All right, got it, understood, got it. That's. But yeah, I love The Miz. James, remember when we used to do a show and we'd mock how shitty The Miz was, but we'd put it over like $1 million, and then eventually it just became awesome.
Yeah, he had an award.
Yeah, he still has the Miz Award.
Yeah, still has the Miz
Speaking of Triforce Awards, plug that, Booms, and let's go to the next match after you plug it.
Yeah, coming up end of the year, it's going to be sometime after Christmas. We're going to do the annual Triforce Awards. That's our year-end awards where we give away awards for best wrestler of the year, most improved, rookie of the year, etc. So stay tuned. Next here, we've actually got, in my opinion, what I refer to as a dream match. We have women's champion versus women's champion. We have Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte.
All right, let's not throw dream match around, okay? Let's come on. Back in the day, we'd be like, Flair Hogan's a dream match. it's not Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss. I don't think that's dream match material just yet, champ. Pump your brakes with the dream match. Charlotte. I love Charlotte. I think Charlotte should do good. Oh, and by the way, I did see the 60 for 60 thing. And
oh my God, yeah, the 30 for 30.
I kid you not. I was okay with it. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good, you know. But when Charlotte said that about her brother, dude, I lost it. I was just like, oh my God, this is such a great documentary. Yeah. I'm rooting for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I always root for Charlotte. I love Charlotte. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think they put too much into Charlotte for her to lose.
Yeah. Now, do you think this is a question I have for you guys, because I'm just thinking out loud here. Do you think there'll be a lot of screwy finishes because it's champion and they want to do storylines?
Yeah, I think they're going to do some screwy finishes because they want to protect the other. They want to protect the other brand. You don't want to. I think they might do some and they're notorious for this 50-50 booking. But I think when it comes to the big one, I think there's going to be kind of a fuck finish, just so the other brand has the out and they don't look completely inferior.
Yeah, I think they don't want to make either brand look inferior, so there definitely is going to be some Dusty Rhodes booking.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's done right, and hopefully it's still entertaining. So, but like, if let's just take a champion, any champion. If you're a SmackDown and your champion loses, I guess you could still recover and have a storyline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I think the women's can recover. I don't know. Do you think AJ can recover or Brock can recover? Well, Brock will just be missing.
Yeah, and I think AJ can recover.
Yeah, because I guess there's a storyline. Oh, you failed. That you should have been champion.
You failed the brand.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a couple screw finishes, but I hope it's not over the top. You know what I mean? I hope the pay-per-view is still worth watching because I'm going to watch it. Like, my goal is that this weekend is when I get back into nerding full time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So, I'm still going to go to the gym, but I'm gonna get back into nerding full time.
I don't know what this that you speak of.
Dude, it's so addictive.
Yeah,
it's like the most addictive.
Okay.
The thing is, I used to hate gym people, and then you become gym people, and then it's like a religion. And not only that, but like when you lose a lot of weight, like I lost 70 pounds, like I'll just eat like a little bit of snack. Like I ate chocolate, it was at work today, and someone gave me a piece of chocolate, and I was like, gotta go to gym, I'm gonna become fat. Like you just have this fear of becoming fat again.
Dave, are you talking to me about losing a lot of weight?
I know. Well, that's the thing. We're old, but we're all getting skinny. We used to be fat, happy, rich, successful people. Now we're old, skinny, bitter disasters.
I used to almost weigh 600 pounds, and I now weigh 235 pounds. So you're going to talk to me about losing a little weight?
All right. Well, I'm sorry, man. I was really proud of my 70 pounds.
James, have you ever taken your wheelchair through the drive-thru?
No, it's not heavy enough to like register that I'm there.
Damn it! I just want to see that.
I never understood that like they don't let people walk up to the drive-thru or like ride a bike through the drive-thru because it's dangerous. I'm like, why? Because a person with a gun can't be in a fucking car.
I think it's because like I think it's because like the car can hit the bike in a wheelchair. Like, oh my god! But then I guess that could happen anywhere.
Exactly. No, my biggest thing with the wheelchair is like I'm the guy that like I'm in the wheelchair, but I don't let it stop me. So like I'll go to the store and like people will be like, "Oh, let me get the door for you," and I'm like, "No, don't worry about it. I got this. Like I'm used to it." But then when people don't offer to open the door for me, I'm like, "What a fucking dickhead! I'm in a wheelchair. You're not going to offer to open the fucking door for me."
Seriously, have you designed your wheelchair? Like, is there bumper stickers and shit?
Nah,
like that, dude. I know this sounds horrible because like I broke my back and neck and I was worried about being in a wheelchair, and like I kid you not, one of the things that I worried about was like, what bumper stickers would I put on the back of my wheelchair?
When this van's a rocking, don't come a knocking.
You don't have any stickers?
Considering I make decals for a living now.
I know, so you should have something awesome. Like I always thought the Hot Wheels logo, that would be cool. I don't
Initial
know.
D.
So
I'll put like a stick figure family. Like I don't know if it's. I don't think those are popular in Japan, but Boom Boom knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
Put
those on
like a
soccer
stick
mom
figure
bands.
family on my fucking. Anyway, we have more.
we get off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Y'all ready to go to the next match?
Yeah, let's go to the next match.
Next match, tag team champion versus tag team champions. We have the Bar, that is Cesaro and Sheamus, taking on the Usos.
I want to say the Usos because this last like year and a half, they've been fucking on point with everything they do. And I hope for SmackDown. Yeah. I bleed blue, guys. I bleed blue.
I think the Usos, but I think I'm gonna my prediction is Usos. But like, if there's a percentage of fuck finishes, I think this is pretty high up there with fuck finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Or maybe they'll do the old. Remember they used to do this. They used to do this on the Power Hour a long time ago, where like Cesaro will pin one Uso, and then Uso will pin Sheamus, and it's 1, 2, 3, and they both pin each other.
Yep.
Maybe a Power Hour finish. Booms. You gonna say the Usos, or are you gonna go with Cesaro and Rocksteady?
You know, I have no idea because, like I said, I really have not watched WWE period because I've divorced myself from the product. Because hey, when you tell people,
did a preview show.
Yeah, because when you tell people, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch. You know, watch it because people might actually do it. But I'm just gonna pick the Bar just because fuck it, why not?
All right, sure. Moving on. Next.
Next, we have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, a women's Survivor Series match here. Now, Team Raw is complete here. We have, Fox. Oh, shit.
I got
Alicia Fox. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Jack, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus Team SmackDown, which is Becky Lynch, Carmella, Naomi, Tamina, and to be announced. Paige? Maybe? I don't know.
There's two scenarios with the to be announced. It's either Natty just takes the spot or Paige takes the spot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Paige because I think you're going to get a bigger pop if you do that.
Right, but
I'm going to say something really unpopular. Can I say something really unpopular?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
And I've been watching her for a really long time in documentary, and I was a fan of her probably before she became famous. Not that big on Paige.
I'm not that big on Paige either, but I'm just saying.
I mean, and I've been watching her longer than all of her super fans combined. Like, because, she comes from a really famous wrestling family. And I know who she was before she was in WWE. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a hater. It's just so many people love her so much that I'm a little confused why I don't love her that much.
My only thing with having Paige take the spot is, does that take the spotlight away from Asuka?
No, I think Asuka wins it for Team Raw.
Right, but what's the point of bringing Paige back then?
I think for a pay-per-view surprise.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Or
but I think you can still get the pop of her returning and her losing. It's like, oh my God, Paige is back. Oh my God, Asuka fucking killed her.
But there's no payoff. If Paige is on SmackDown and loses to Asuka, there's no payoff.
Oh, yeah, that is true. But I don't know. There's a lot of. That's the only problem with this. Yeah, that's a problem with this pay-per-view. Oh, know what I thought? Maybe like a little cheesy. It
what
could
if
be
it was
like
Tamina. You think it might be Tamina?
No, Tamina's already in there. Tamina is on the team already.
Oh, sorry.
What about this? Maybe it's a Raw girl. Like it's oh my God.
Probably it might be actually just be Natty.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I think it's just gonna be Natty. What? Okay, real quick to backtrack. What if during the women's Raw vs SmackDown women's match, so Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte, what if Carmella cashes in, and she basically can just choose if she wants to be on Raw or SmackDown?
Oh.
Like she could cash in and pin Alexa Bliss.
Dude, no, that opens up so many booking ideas. Because think about it. All right, not to steal a line from Bobby the Brain Heenan here. She puts in the Money in the Bank, and she's like, "What title is she going for?"
Yep,
that's interesting. And not that, but like maybe she goes for her title. Like, let's say both girls are knocked out, right?
Double down, right?
Both girls are knocked out. She goes for her title. Her champion kicks out. Then she goes for the other show's title and wins. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Dude,
I love like me and James put on our booking cap. Our prediction show is us becoming fucking booking nerds.
Oh, that's the best idea I've heard.
So because the men's Money in the Bank is gone, right?
Yes.
Nobody has it.
Yeah, Corbin failed.
Yeah.
That should be when we get into t-shirt shops again. That's going to be it. Corbin failed. That's it. Oh my god, I'd wear that shirt. But granted, outside of the 12 people watching this show, they'd be like, Corbin failed. Why is that funny? Who's Corbin? Be like, yeah, I'm an idiot.
You just have to just trust us.
Just work on it. So,
all right. So women's match, we don't know. I think Raw wins. Obviously, Asuka.
Yeah.
Does Asuka like sole survivor for Raw and just take out all fucking 5 SmackDown girls?
First off, you've read my dream journal.
I know you share it with me on Google Notes all the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Amazingly enough, Coco's dream journal is laminated.
Yeah.
I love Asuka. There, I said it. So she follows me on Twitter.
It's the only Kana that loves you back.
It's very true. It's very true.
Referee takes away 2 points for the low blow.
That was the fucking funniest, meanest joke ever told on this show, and probably only one person gets it. But yeah,
it was worth it.
Yeah. Oh god, that was hilarious.
What's my punishment going to be? I can't walk again? Ooh.
All right, let's go next.
Next, now we've got the men's. You have Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. Team SmackDown is Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, John Cena, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kurt Angle, Triple H, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe.
The oldest match ever created.
Yeah.
Like every guy in that match is old. Except for like Braun Strowman is like 35. And I'm not sure how old Finn Balor is, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to look it up right now. But like the combined age of that match is like 732 years old.
Finn Balor's 36.
That was 36.
I thought he'd be younger than that.
So Braun Strowman is the youngest guy in that match.
Yeah. Wow. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna go and be entertained. I don't think this fucking matters. Like at all. Like none of this fucking matters.
No,
I think Randy Orton is gonna.
Oh god, why does Randy Orton have to be in this match?
Join Raw.
Randy Orton and John Cena. Yeah. But I don't know. It should be interesting. I don't know. I'm just gonna turn off my brain and be like, it's a Survivor Series.
Agreed.
That's it. I'm going. Even though SmackDown's the better show, and I love Nakamura, I think Raw has the better. Raw.
Well,
I don't know. I'm going Raw. I got nothing.
Zayn and Owens are going to cost Team SmackDown the match.
It's possible, yeah.
And that's a callback from our show earlier, so they worked us in the news segment.
Brother.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think WWE is willing to lose face with Raw too much. Raw is still their flagship. You know what I mean? It's still their top show.
Yeah, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary this January.
I don't think they're going to lose too much face with Raw.
So,
especially with the whole Under Siege angle where like SmackDown kept invaded Raw twice.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Raw. I would like to see the final two be Samoa Joe and Nakamura. That would be amazing. Like everyone gets eliminated and those are the final two.
Not going to happen, though.
A boy can dream.
Not with Kurt Angle, Triple H, Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever do like because like Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, he like went over to Raw to like apologize for them like jumping the show and got chokeslammed, and now it's like he doesn't trust Shane. Do you think they will ever clear Bryan Danielson to wrestle Shane McMahon at WrestleMania?
No,
I think
they
so.
won't.
I think so. Like recently, I think so because I think they're gonna wait until like it kind of dies down, and then that's how they re-sign him. They're just like, okay, you can wrestle again every now and then. Concussions. I don't know. I just think Daniel Bryan's going to keep complaining. He's going to want to be let go. And then he's like, all right, we'll let you wrestle a light schedule, one match every 12 years.
Do you think anybody would give a shit about Bryan Danielson versus Shane McMahon?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Do either of you give a shit if that would happen?
A little bit for, I want to see what Shane would do. Let me see. If Daniel Bryan wrestles anyone else, my radar is 100% giving a shit. You know, if he wrestles a good wrestler. But Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan, like, it's at like 25%. I'm like, well, Shane will probably do something cool, and we get to see Daniel Bryan again. You know what I mean?
What if we get like a trios team of Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens? Because like,
if they book it well. If they book it well and they become like a real fucking legit faction, but if it's just three idiots thrown together, you know what I mean?
Well, because then you give Daniel Bryan a light schedule in tag and three-way and six-mans.
And that's how you can bring Boom Boom six-man titles back.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we got it.
Full circle, guys.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about the last match. Go to live comments and wrap this bad boy up because rumor has it if I don't go to gym every day, I become fat.
No, if you eat too many Twinkies, you become fat.
Oh, God. I haven't had a Twinkie in forever. Boobs. Don't say that.
They're
don't
fucking
go
there.
Ding dong, ho-hos.
You're lucky. They're
Dick
disgusting.
Oh,
all right, now we've got Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles.
This is my lock of the century. I'm an idiot. I think AJ wins.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I just feel like I felt it from the beginning. As soon as they load, I'm like, AJ's going to win. AJ's going to win. That's my prediction.
AJ can win, but dirty. Somehow, some way, something happens. Jinder Mahal fucking interferes or something.
I hope not. I hope Jinder Mahal is left in India. And he's like, I'm not really from here. It's a bit awkward.
Guys, I'm from Canada.
Hey?
I don't know why. Like, everyone thinks AJ's going to job to Brock. And I'm just sitting here like, no, I think AJ's going to pull David and Goliath upset. I don't know.
He does.
I think AJ wins. I don't know why. I don't know how. But that's what my heart's telling me. Booms, do you agree with my heart? Do you agree with an idiot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I mean, AJ Styles wins. Okay, if Brock wins, so what? He's not going to defend the championship till fucking like Royal Rumble at the earliest. And I mean, he's already your big draw anyway. So why not go with the woman, or excuse me, the man who's full time, who's been your workhorse? Why not? I mean, you're gonna build him up.
Yeah, I don't know. They booked themselves into such corners where it's like you want Brock to go over, obviously, because he's Brock, but then you don't want AJ to lose face by losing to a part-timer. So it's like, which way do you go?
I know that, but you also don't want a screw job finish.
Not in the main event. You want to send people home happy.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But maybe they just have AJ put on a hell of a match and Brock wins, and they're just like, I can't believe it. You took it to the beast.
For some reason, when you said hell of a match, I thought you were going to say AJ put on a helmet. Like he puts on a helmet, fucking Brock didn't beat the shit out of him.
I think AJ wins. All right, let's go across. AJ, Booms.
AJ.
Yeah, I'll say AJ. Yeah, I'll say AJ.
Christ, I thought I was a crazy person. I guess I'm glad I got three crazy brothers.
I just hate Brock Lesnar. Okay, there, I said it.
You do hate Brock Lesnar. I forgot about that. I forgot. Like, you hate Brock Lesnar like a kid hates broccoli.
Exactly.
I like to pretend he doesn't exist anymore. I like to pretend that he died when he did the shooting star press.
No, my favorite slash meme slash online. That's I don't know. That made me laugh and sad at the same time, James. But my favorite meme ever is when he's not on the show. He's defending the Universal title around the universe.
Oh yeah.
It cracks me up every time.
Do you think I should tell people I'm in a wheelchair because I broke my neck doing the shooting star press like Brock Lesnar?
You should. Yes. You should be like the Joker and have a different story every time someone asks.
I told somebody I'm in a wheelchair because a shark ate my legs, but my legs are still there.
Nice.
They were very confused. They were very confused.
All right. Hot Wheels, calm down. We're gonna go through some comments here. Good morning, guys. This is from Freddie. Good morning, guys. Nice to see you together once again. Looking good, Dave. Thanks. My name is. Okay, I'm gonna skip a lot of these. This is why. I'm not gonna skip this one, but this is why. Chancey Bullock says, "I think is good." Perfect. They kind of pulled the rug from Mahala's feet. Yeah. Bow. Coco, did you hear? Let's see. Starrcade is coming back, but it's a house show. That's from Wrestle Nuts. Yeah, that makes me really sad.
Yeah, that's like a Starrcade was a big deal.
Was like the man.
I don't understand why they're not just filming it for the network.
Franielli misses us? Exactly. I have no idea. Everything should be on the network. My dream match is Tony Storm versus Saturday Night. I'm not a fan of Paige, but I love her mom. Yeah, her mom's awesome. Low blow from Franielli. I think that was the Kana joke.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The Paige movie is going to be great. Lena Headey is a great actress, and I probably mispronounced it. She was great as Sarah Connor, and she'll kill it as Sarah Knight. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, there you go.
I
didn't know there was a Paige movie. I forgot that. I knew there was. I just forgot about
fired. To be honest, I think that's the only reason she has not straight up been fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, thank you all for the live comments.
If only Emma had a movie coming out, she would have saved her career too.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway,
what kind of fucking world do we live in where Paige pulls all this fucking bullshit and she still has a job, but meanwhile Emma, who even after her fucking incident has kept her nose clean, done what she's told, improved in the ring immensely, looks great physically, and cost-cutting measures. See ya.
I heard she had a shitty attitude with writers. That's what I read.
Shit, I'd have a shitty attitude with the fucking writers. You want me to go out and do what? Fuck you.
Yeah. So, whatever. She's asking for a lot of money on the indies, but some people will pay it. So.
Yeah, she will.
So
you know what I found out was actually fucked up is it like in WWE, and everybody knows this, that you handle your own travel arrangements, but when you're on the indies, you can not only can you ask for like a fee for booking, control over your opponent and everything. The promotion also pays for your airfare, car rental, whatever, and hotel stay. I was like, dude, that's a better fucking deal in WWE. What the fuck?
Yep.
You figured it'd be the opposite way around.
And they get 100% of their merchandise and all that other shit. Yep.
Yeah.
Real quick. Both of you guys are bookers. Like, name me anybody like former WWE, TNA, whatever talent that was actually easy to work with.
There's a lot. It depends. Like
everybody we work with.
Yeah.
Everybody we work with was pretty fucking.
Dustin Rhodes, D'Lo Brown, Billy Gunn. We've worked with a lot. Gangrel.
No fucking attitude. None of this. I'm too good to be here.
Hardest to work with. Dave will probably agree with me, but he'll laugh and giggle about it. Was probably Jerry Sags.
Oh yeah, I love Jerry Sags though. But the thing is, the problem is, like, I love Jerry Sags and Jerry Sags loved me, but the rest of the roster hated him.
He was a dick. So I mean, the other one was like
to me.
Dirty Dick Slater.
Woo.
Yeah, he was a bit. Oh no, the Anvil. I kid you not.
Oh yeah.
No. The Anvil is the hardest person in the world to work for one fucking reason. All right, I've done some near impossible things in the Marine Corps. I've been homeless multiple times in my life and have bounced back. I am dumb as fuck and have really high degrees. I've done, for how horrible of a person I am, I've done some amazing things. But the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, move over Marine Corps, is get the Anvil from one side of the locker room to gorilla position. It was impossible. He was drunk. He was not even, I wouldn't even say he was belligerent, just confused.
Very
and I was
confused
like,
and wanted to work out. All he wanted to do was work out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, like, okay, he's on one side of the room. We're like, dude, your match is next. Okay. The match just ended. You know, we have to get you in a gorilla so you can talk to your opponent. Don't worry, I will work it out in the ring. I'm like, okay, but your opponent's in the ring waiting for you. And it took him at least 20 minutes. And, like, I don't know, like, I don't think he was doing it on purpose. Like, I go back and I'm just like, I don't think he knew what he was.
It was like a pre-match ritual, but he did it like way too late into the pre-match ritual.
Yeah, like his match.
He just kept doing push-ups and he just kept doing push-ups and jumping jacks, and we played his song like 4 times.
So the anvil was difficult. He just wasn't. Yeah, but the rest are usually.
You know who's another former WWF wrestler that was hard to work with? Ralph Mosca.
So yeah, there you go. All right, live comments. Let's rock this stuff.
You know who I actually real quick just like you know who I worked at pretty recently that was super fucking easy to work with? Ricardo Rodriguez.
Oh,
really?
Holy fuck, that guy was easy to work with.
Yeah.
He was like he came in and he was like, "Hey, like I hurt my hand." He had it like wrapped up and shit. Like he's like, "I think I broke it." He's like, "But don't worry, like I'm not gonna let it affect my match at all." And him and Epic went out there and just fucking destroyed it. Like they killed it. Had a great match. He did a spot where he kicked Jason Cade in the chest, and normally he would do the leg slap to make the noise, but he had a broken fucking hand, so he couldn't do the leg slap. He just kicked the living shit out of Jason Cade. Like he fucking his foot went through Jason Cade's chest.
Like for real?
Like he kicked the shit out of him. I have to find the tape and put that match up on Brawl USA's YouTube.
Nice. But
did you see I just put up Aaron Epic versus Ophidian?
I know it's on my to watch list.
Yeah, I just put that up. That's a really good one. But yeah, Ricardo Rodriguez, super fucking easy to work with. I would work with him every day of the week.
All right. Heavy J says Emma's gone, but Jinder is still there. Yeah, that's not fair. Frenelli says I'm with Booms. Emma was doing pretty well, so her release came out of left field. Her last match with Asuka was pretty entertaining. Yeah, according to the internet, a lot of these releases are really out of left field because it was more out of salary cutting and saving money.
You think they're making money up for Ronda Rousey?
Possibility. I'd watch Ronda Rousey. I love Ronda
Rousey. I mean, they've got basically 3 of the 4 horsewomen on lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's plug stuff. Buy my book. I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo. I haven't done it yet.
When's the other one coming out, fucker?
Dude, fucking, I don't know. I wrote it like, dude, this is how bad it was. I was with me and my ex. We've been separated for like 3 years now.
We had to meet.
Yeah. I was trying to be gentle about it. Yeah, I got divorced a while back, and we met up recently over kid stuff. You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, when's your next book coming out?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Lucky the Orphan. I was supposed to come out by Christmas, but I hope it comes out next year." And she's like, "Dude, you wrote that when we were still together." And I'm like, "I know. I'm not very famous in my publisher." So yeah, because I wrote a lot of books. I just got to get them out. That's all.
I mean, shit happens. Yeah. I mean, you're no fucking Dr. Seuss.
No. Nice reference, by the way. Anyway, so check out my book. Also on PlayStation 4, Instagram, even though I don't understand Instagram, Snapchat, and something else, Line. My name is Dave Koco, so look for Dave Koco, DaveKoco. Booms, do you have something to plug?
Yeah, you may see me at the store. No, that's no. No, just check us out, KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Also, be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're going to keep cranking these out as long as we're able to. Triforce Awards coming up in about a month from now, maybe a little bit more. It's going to be after Christmas. We're going to, hand out our yearly awards. hopefully Sammy will get well in time and he'll be able to go online and do this stuff. So get well soon, Sammy. Love you, bro.
All right.
My turn to plug.
Sure, plug away.
All right. Hopefully, these are hopeful plugs. Hopefully next year Brawl USA has a heavy schedule. We are actually technically we're coming out of the pro wrestling show and we're doing more social wrestling events. We're doing more events with organizations to raise money for those organizations. So we're going to be putting those shows up online for free in an episodic format. Maybe Dave and Boom Boom will review them or whatever. We can get some opinions on things. So that's what's going on with Brawl USA. I am working out some ideas with a few local wrestling folk to do possibly 2 different types of shows on the YouTubes, on the KocoSports YouTube. One is like a dude's night out review show where we sit and we watch an indie event or something of that nature. And we film it, we watch, and you get our reviews live and reactions and stuff like that. And the other was kind of a around the horn style show with some local guys. So that's 2 things we're trying to work on.
Sweet.
And that's about it.
We used to make content on this show, on this channel.
Yeah, back in the good old days, back when we were all young and naive. We still had hope in our eyes.
We're the pro wrestling YouTube. What is it? Impendables? Expendables. That's the word.
Expendables.
Expendables.
No, we're not exactly dependable, but we're expendable.
I think when we make our T-shirt shop again, we just have one last run. One last run. Here we go. Anyway,
we're all old enough to might possibly need some depends soon.
Exactly.
Dependables.
Especially if you keep eating healthy. Here's the fun fact, kids, that when you don't eat healthy, you don't know this, and healthy people don't tell you this, dude. When you eat healthy, dude, you poop a lot. No one tells you that. Everyone tells you like, oh, you lose weight, and oh man, you feel great. They tell you all the good stuff, but dude, there's a lot of poop eating healthy. There's just a lot of poop. Things your trainer doesn't tell you until it's too late.
So,
I love how Booms is like, we should have ended this show like 20 minutes ago.
In the comments, do people want to see Brawl USA content? I know it's not reviews and podcasts, but because it's weird. Like we've tried it before and got good reviews, and then like people hated it because it wasn't us talking. And
well, the thing is, people hate change because I remember like this channel was just where we dumped all our indie content when we switched over Combat TV, and then like we came on and they're like, why are 2 fat guys talking about WWE? And then like we built up a thing where they're used to podcast, and then we put indie wrestling on, and like, why are there 2 fat guys talking about WWE?
Yeah, so
I was like, all right, we'll have to mix it up. We'll have a schedule. That's what it'll be like. Thursday night, Brawl USA match. Friday night, Boom Boom scratches his balls. Saturday night, something like that. We'll have to do it. We'll have to
scratches his balls again.
Yes, double
the sequel.
And then Sunday, it's the prequel. It's him getting ready to scratch his balls.
God, we sound like the El Rey Network.
All right, guys. I got to poop and then go to the gym. With that, I am over. Boom, 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 boom.